What's that?
However you try to package it, however you try to put makeup on it.
All right, let me see. What are you doing? You can shake your head all you want to. What is it going to be? What's it going to be? Are we going to crash into the wall at 100 miles an hour and everything gets thrown out the window? Or do I slow this down? We're going to crash.
You are in a position to make a change. So what are you doing? Rather than what you aren't doing, I want to know what are you doing to make a change?
Hold on. You change the state. You understand what I'm doing? You ever see Tony Robbins? You do a big change of state. You want a solution? You want a solution? Talent shows. Dance shows. Get the kids together and have them do something.
Change only comes gradually when it forms from the collective agreement. So really, a lot of times, change happens from a grassroots effort, from a community effort.
I can't go in and say, we should not be playing this song, and I'm not getting the callers into the station saying, stop playing this record, it's disrespectful.
We're students. I don't have any money. I paid $32-something thousand for my education. Why you get that?
At the panel discussion, we had Debbie Deb, who's a radio host, Melyssa Ford, who is a video girl, Director X, who's a music video director, then we had Nipsey Hussle, an artist, and Tony Touch. And then Cheryl Keys was our moderator. We were talking about misogyny, materialism, and violence. Those were our three broad topics.
Grab an umbrella, I make it right, I make it right. I'm in this terror, got a handful of stacks, better grab an umbrella, I make it right, I make it right. Make it rain on them, I make it right, I make it right. I make it rain on them, I make it right, I make it right. I make it rain on them, I make it right, I make it.
The biggest problem with the music industry is I think that consumers don't realize their power.
It's an industry. It's about making bread. Music and business is like oil and water. The sole intention of business is to make money. Cutthroat, any means necessary, get bread. Music is honest expression. Those two things live in two totally different worlds.
With hip-hop, they expect the things that come out of your mouth and the way you look and the things you do and the car you drive and the way we see you is you. They want you to be that.
They know who you're supposed to be, who you're selling yourself as. They know that person because they see it on TV, they hear the music. So they hear this quote-unquote persona. And if that's not accurate to who you really are, you're gonna have a clash.
It's not about telling a story anymore, it's about portraying an image. And this image incorporates, someone who's strong and powerful and, masculine.
It's come a long way as far as its impact on the world.
When hip-hop first hit, it was something that kind of you and your friends knew about. Now it's something that everybody knows about. In every corner of the world, we have consumers for hip-hop.
I think that it really just blew up. It's one of the biggest forces in the world, really.
Hip-hop goes through its phases of what they're talking about.
We've been through the conscious era.
I never knew a la like this. Gotta be something for me to write this.
We've seen that more than once. We've seen the gangster era more than once.
I got a sawed off, squeeze the trigger and bodies off.
We've seen the dance party era more than once.
I'm in the back getting eaten from my huns. Why she going, I'm bragging on what I do.
So I believe it goes through cycles.
There's different ideas that people have about how hip-hop started and what it should be. But in reality, it's all those things.
I was familiar with every experience I put into my music, good or bad, whether people like it or not. This is what I'm familiar with, and this is what I know for a fact.
Look, I'm coming straight off a slump, a crazy motherfucker named Nipsey. I'm turned up because I grew up in the 60s.
This is not me perpetuating something that doesn't exist. This is me speaking on my life experience.
People that are recognized to have started, gangster rap, Ice-T, NWA, and so forth. I don't think they were trying to glorify anything. They were just stating the way it was.
I think the way hip-hop has evolved since it first began has been to dumb it down. I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing always. I think that it's just a level of getting it to the mainstream.
It started off as just something that people did in their neighborhood, just for fun and for expression. Now it's a billion-dollar industry.
Artists have, the money, the cars, they're not talking about their story anymore, they're talking about all these other kind of things.
You have to go out and search for the kind of hip-hop that you want to listen to.
Take the time, look for music, support artists, support hip-hop.
If you're upset with the radio, turn the radio off. turn the TV off.
You don't have to sit at the sidelines anymore and say, God, I don't like this song, or why are they always talking about women, or why are we always talking about gangs? Now's the time when you can really step up and say, listen, that's not what I want to hear. I'm not buying it. Give me what I want.